When it comes to Lost Island, rat holes are key to surviving on PvP servers, so we proudly present Top 10 All-Time Best Rat Holes on Lost Island. This video is sponsored by My Servers Deluxe. Deluxe is a 3x server with 5x featuring and 3x experience. Deluxe has 6-man tribes, ORP, new player protection, raid warning, and so much more. Here at Deluxe, we ensure that you have an amazing experience with lag-free servers. Servers are now live, link in the description. And coming at number 10, this can be found at 83.2 latitude and 63.1 longitude. Here it is on the map. This can be found in the desert area of the map that is basically the entire bottom handle of the map. Now, this rat hole is located over here. It doesn't really look like that there's much here, but if you are somehow not familiar with this rat hole is around the corner in this nice little tiny area. Almost a crouch entrance, but you can just kind of walk right through it. Now, if you're a solo, maybe looking for a nice little spot to hide, this is a great rat hole for you. It's pretty flat, there's not a ton of room in here. Now the entrance is definitely going to be the hardest place to kind of defend, so I would try to kind of stay maybe inside and put some kind of turret wall or something in here, but even then it's a little bit sketchy, so build it however you would like. Coming at number 9, this can be found at 24.8 latitude and 72.0 longitude, and then here it is on the map. Now this rat hole can be found over in the volcanic area of the map. Now if you come up here, it's a little bit tricky to find, but if you go to these exact coordinates and you just go all the way down, you will find this nice little triangle cutout on the side of the mountain. Now once you go in here, it is a very tight entrance, so this is going to be a good rat hole for maybe a solo or a duo. So once you come in here, you're going to have to crouch. It's the only way to get through here. But it opens up into this nice little room. Now the room isn't the biggest, but it's not the worst kind of building area because it's decently flat, so you can kind of build really anything that you want in here. For a solo, you can get a nice indie forge, chem bench, fabricator, all that nice stuff in here. Now the only downside is trying to figure out how to defend this. I would recommend staying hidden inside. Coming at number 8, this can be found at 37.6 latitude and 8.5 longitude. And then here it is on the map. Now this can be found all the way at the far left corner of the map. And this rat hole is actually one of the more decent ones. So coming over here, you'll find this nice open area. Now this open area is big enough to fit a turtle, but nothing else really. So yes, people can turtle raid you here, but even then it's pretty sketchy and actually really hard to do. This spot has a lot of room in here, and it even has some black pearls. So if you're looking for a nice little black pearl area, this is a good one too. Now the entrance is a little bit of a bigger kind of rat hole entrance, but it's still a rat hole entrance. There's tons of room in here, so if you would like to build maybe more with like a 3-man tribe or something, you want to stay hidden, maybe raise some like water dinos in here, this is the perfect spot for you. Coming at number 7, this can be found at 25.7 latitude and 79.3 longitude. And then here it is on the map. Now this can be found more at the top right corner of the map on this nice little island. Now this is actually one of my favorite rat holes on this map, just because of the entire layout of it and just how everything is set up on the outside too. It just kind of sets for the perfect rat hole. Now coming up here, you'll see there is a tree that really blocks the whole entrance. Having that tree there is actually a pretty crucial thing if you want to build in here for a lot of people that don't know this rat hole. But anyways, once you come inside, you have this long hallway which is perfect for just spamming turrets or really putting a turret wall or really whatever you want. And then back here you have a good sized area. It's not too big, but it's not too small. So you can fit some indie forges, fabricators, chem benches, really whatever you want in here. It just makes for overall a nice spot for a smaller tribe. Coming at number 6, this can be found at 79.1 latitude and 13.7 longitude. And then here it is on the map. Now this rat hole can be found underwater, and this rat hole can be one of the most unraidable spots on this map, just because of the entrance layout. So coming over here onto the side of this kind of cliff thing, you'll find a nice little entrance which is practically invisible to the eye. Now once you come up here, this thing is barely even big enough for your player to come in, and it has a nice open wide entrance right here. Now if you put a nice little turret wall and just tons of turrets and tons of stuff for base defense, this thing's really going to be unraidable. because people are not going to be able to get into this. And you have a ton of room inside, and it even expands all the way back, making for a really good spot to build in. Coming at number 5, this can be found at 18.8 latitude and 24.1 longitude. And then here it is on the map. Now this can be found in the top left corner of the map underwater. This spot is pretty similar to number 6 by it basically having the same kind of entrance style, basically meaning that if you can build this right, it's kind of like unrateable. So once you come inside here, you'll notice that it goes down instead of in like sideways, which is a little bit of a downside with this. However, it's got like 2 kind of entrances. So if somebody tries to throw something out, it's just going to get stuck in that room, or it's just not going to throw out. Now once you come in here, you are greeted with a ton of room, and this thing spans all the way down. So you have pretty much infinite amount of room, as you can see here. So it goes all the way down, tons of room for you to build. You can even build maybe some vacuum compartments all the way at the bottom, and then a nice little turret wall up top. It's really up to you however you want to build this. Now coming at number 4, this can be found at 22.6 latitude and 16.2 longitude, and then here it is on the map. Now this one can actually be found pretty close to the last one, and this one is even more crazy. So coming over here, you will have this small little entrance over here, which is literally barely big enough to fit a player through, meaning again, if you build this right, it can be unrateable. I mean, just look at the size of this entrance. Now coming in here, you have to kind of fall all the way down. You can just spam this whole thing with a turret wall, really do whatever you want with it, but you have an insane amount of room. This is pretty much double the last one with pretty much the same layout. It's actually kind of funny, but this one goes literally all the way down, and you even have this nice little platform here if you want to build something on it. But there is tons of room, and you will never run out of opportunities living here. Coming at number 3, this can be found at 82.7 latitude and 30.8 longitude. And then here it is on the map. Now this can be found in kind of the bottom left corner-ish of the map. And this spot is a little bit of a journey to get back into. So first you're going to want to go down this entire little ravine kind of style thing and come through here. Now I sped this up because this just took a long time. But after you're over here, you are greeted with this nice little spot. Now this spot has 2 separate ways that you can go down, being the right and the left. Each area kind of leads back into this main area, and there is a ton of room for you to build really anything that you want. Now yes, it's not the biggest, but it's a nice underwater kind of cave rat hole, I guess you could call it. And there's a nice little area in the back, so if you're a smaller tribe looking to hide away underwater, this is a great spot for you. Coming at number 2, this can be found at 63.9 latitude and 44.3 longitude. And then here it is on the map, pretty close to the middle-ish of the map. Now this spot can be considered a cave, but it's also considered a rat hole, just based off of the entrance style after you enter it. Now this spot can be found over here. Here's the overall area of what it looks like, pretty close to it, because this spot is a little bit tricky to find. Now this spot has a nice exterior area, so if you want to build some turret towers or a nice little tech bubble or something over this thing, because you're going to need it living in here. Now this is why I say it's a rat hole entrance, because if you look at this style, you have to crouch to go under, so it's technically considered a rat hole. Now once you're in here, you are entered into this first room. This first room's pretty big, and I would probably just put a turret wall or a nice little turret tower in here. Now off to the left, if you go back in here, it leads you into another room. This nice little long hallway leads you into this massive area. Now this massive area opens up into another even bigger area, so you can build a giant main base in here. You're hidden all the way in the back, however this is 6x damage, so keep that in mind. Coming at number 1, this can be found at 74.2 latitude and 38.7 longitude. And then here it is on the map, kinda towards the bottom leftish of the map. Now this spot, a lot of you guys may have guessed it, is this rat hole that is over on this little island. This has to be by far one of the best rat holes on this entire map. Now coming down here, you are greeted with one of the best entrances on this whole map. It is a tiny little entrance that you literally have to crouch in to get into. And you have this giant pillar out front, but this basically means that people cannot throw stuff in here. It's just not big enough to really throw any, like rock golem, stegos, maybe turtles, but I doubt it. But anyways, once you're inside, you're greeted with this beautiful rat hole. There's tons of really nice ambient light. You have crystals, you have tons of stone, tons of flat area. Now yes, it is not bigger than some of the other rat holes on this list, but still makes for one of the best rat holes on this entire map. Anyways, thanks for watching, we hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.